And welcome everybody to Everett's Frank Goddard Stadium for the second home game of the Seattle Spartans of the WFA Women's Football Alliance as the Seattle Spartans get set to take on the Portland Fighting Shockwave right here on STSPN. I'm Perry Williams, along with my broadcast partner Bob Crawford. Bob, a lot of excitement to get back home for these Seattle Spartans.
Yes, there is. The Spartans would love to get back home and get their first win after losing their first two games, one here and one on the road against the Tacoma Trauma.
Well, they've lost two, but Spartans showed a lot of improvement in that second game.
Yes, they have, especially on defense. After getting run over for 52 points in their first game, the Spartans defense stiffened up and they gave up only 18 points against the Tacoma Trauma. They did force a fumble against the Trauma and scored a touchdown on that fumble recovery. The Spartans defense is led by Lori Dirth with 8.5 tackles and Nicole Pelham with 7.5.
And the offense showed some improvement as well in that second game, didn't they?
Yes, they have. The running game has rushed for a total of 291 yards in the two games so far this season. Most of that in their last game against the Trauma. The Spartans have two rushers who can carry the ball. Team captain Nicole Pelham is their leading rusher with 120 yards, averaging 3.5 yards per carry. And then Olivia Quarles has rushed for 114 yards, averaging 5.7 yards per carry.
Well, the Spartans have a tough task again tonight as they take on the Portland Fighting Shockwave.
Yes, they do. The Portland Shockwave is 3-0 this season because of a very good offense. They've scored 129 points in those three games. They have 993 yards rushing, led by Gabriella Johnson, who's averaged 542 yards on an astounding 13.6 yards per carry. They can pass the ball as well. Quarterback Holly Petrie has passed for 162 yards and 2 TDs. She has, however, thrown 5 interceptions. So this may be an opportunity for the Spartan defensive backfield.
All right. Well, let's if anybody's new to the game, tell us a little bit about the WFA.
Well, the Women's Football Alliance is a full-contact women's American Football League that began in play in 2009. In its inaugural season, the league opened with 36 teams, and as of 2018, the league had grown to 65 teams. The league consists of an American and National Conference, holds its playoffs mid-June, and its national championship in August, and this year it'll be in Colorado.
All right. Should be a tough game for our Seattle Spartans, but Bob, as I always end our broadcast pregame, what are going to be the keys for a Seattle Spartan win?
Well, we're going to need to see that offense be a little more varied. Rushing has been their key, but we'd like to see Miss Wilson, the quarterback, open it up a little more in the air and open up those lanes for the runners to allow them not just to be keyed on as the only play they're going to see.
Defensively, what are they going to have to do to stop a potent running game by the Portland Shockwave?
Boy, the down linemen are really going to have to find a way to get some push against the offense. That young lady that runs, Gabriella Johnson, she obviously doesn't need much of a hole, but they need to find a way, the down linemen need to find a way to really plug up those gaps, give the linebackers a chance to do their work.
All right, and can we take a break here and come back, and we'll have a national anthem. You're listening to WFA Seattle Spartans football right here on STSPN.
The North Sound Junior Football League, the two-legged Hawks lost the player Michael Brown.
To Frank Goddard Stadium as the Seattle Spartans get set to take on the Portland Fighting Shockwave. And the Shockwave undefeated. They have rolled up all kinds of yards offensively. And Spartans are going to have a big task to slow down a good big running game by the Shockwave. Spartans, after losing their first game, they got rolled over by the Southern Oregon Renegades. Came back and had a tough battle against the Tacoma Trauma, losing 18-8 on a defensive battle. But they're looking to get their first win. And boy, looking back, that first game that we watched against Southern Oregon Renegades, it looked like the Spartans' offense was moving pretty well. They're moving it pretty well between the 20s, Bob, but in that maybe the first two-thirds of the first half, and then the wheels kind of came off and they struggled the rest of the way.
Well, we really thought that the Spartans were really going to be able to have a better game from the standpoint of having more players and would be able to wear down the Gades. But the Gades, unfortunately, have real incredible team speed, and that was just something we were unable to conquer. And that team speed did not slow down into the fourth quarter. As a matter of fact, I think they may have scored more points in the fourth quarter than they did in the first half. So that's something that we'll need to get ahead of the Fighting Shockwave and try to make them play the catch-up this time.
That comes down to conditioning. It looked like maybe that the Renegades may be a little bit better conditioned in that first game. As you see in the first game of the season, a lot of times it does come down to conditioning. But again, the Spartans turned it around, fought really tough against a good Tacoma Trauma team. And I think offensively, they can score some points. They might be get back into the ballgame and put one on the win column.
Well, I think it's all going to be about that defense, that's for certain.
All right, and they're getting set to go here. The Seattle Spartans in their black and green uniforms. I notice we didn't coordinate this, but we got Seattle Spartan colors on this evening. And the Portland Fighting Shockwave, they're in black and white with black numbers. And I just love the traditional white jersey with black numbers, Bob. That just
it's a broadcaster's dream.
It is.
No fun about it.
And the white numbers on the black works just as well as the Spartans again have the green and black.
Back to receive for Portland. Number 44.
Spartans are going to be kicking off, and back to receive for Portland is going to be Tia Cunningham, and number 30 will be Jana May Lamb. And kicking for the Spartans is going to be Regina Buckmiller from Marysville. And we are ready to go and set to play football on a nice Saturday evening. Sun is out, wind blowing. But time of the year you got sunshine, it is a plus. And I'm guessing Regina, this is a left-footed kicker. And here she goes, and she gets the kick off. It's going to be low squib kick, and be picked up at the 27, over the 30, 35, and bring it out to the 40, and brought down. Big tackle. That time it looked from Olivia Quarles.
That was a nice tackle, too. Solid tackle, wrap around. Something the Seahawks would be proud of.
It's now first down and 10 for the Portland Shockwave. And their quarterback is Petrie. And Petrie can throw the ball. She's going to set up. Two backs in the backfield, just one wide out to the right. Long count. Petrie under center, gets a snap, looking to throw right away, goes over the middle. It's going to be complete to number 40. She gets up to the 45, over the 50, being chased, and going to get into Spartan territory. On the catch is Tracy Walker.
On the tackles, Nicole Pelham. Nice job there. Good blocking by the Portland Shockwave there. Really good job. They had Gabriella Johnson go out to the counter to the left, and they just had a nice blocking for that kind of wide receiver screen.
And yeah, Holly Petrie put that one right on the money and caught Cunningham right on the money in stride. So now first down and 10 in Spartan territory at the 43. Petrie again under center, high formation, wide outs left and right. Gets a snap, and they're going to hand off right up the middle to Yesenia Jasmine Rodriguez. And she's a fullback. She is built like a fullback, 5'4", 254 pounds.
Janelle Leah was there on the stop with a nice job.
Only a gain of about 3, so second down and 7.
Second and 7 at the Seattle 40.
Shockwave set up again. Petrie sets up under center, again high formation. Long count. Spartans showing blitz. Petrie's going to fake the handoff, going to keep it herself, runs up the middle. She's got first down and then some. She gets down to the 27. On the stop for the Spartans. Got several Spartans there on the tackle. And getting in there was Nicole Pelham.
Second on the team in tackles so far for the season.
First and 10 at the 32 of Seattle.
So first and 10. That looked like it may be a broken play, but Petrie doing a good job tucking the underarm and just taking advantage of the hole the line made for her.
I wonder if everybody's kind of keying on Johnson still, and they're utilizing that at the moment to their advantage.
First down and 10 now for the Shockwave. In formation. Gabriella Johnson, leading rusher, second back in the backfield. Spartans showing blitz. Now the pressure on Petrie. She's going to get the pass off. It's going to be complete. And to Yesenia Rodriguez. Rodriguez steps out of bounds, gain of about 2.
Good tackle, though. I didn't see who ran into her, but did a good job of blocking her out of bounds.
Made sure she stayed out. Well, only going to give her a gain of about 1, make it second and 9.
Second and 9.
And almost a sack there. Spartans looking like they were showing blitz there for a moment. Petrie, over center, gets the snaps, going to hand off to Gabriella. She goes on the left-hand side, and boy, she's got speed. Gets over the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Portland Shockwave. And we got an injured Spartan. Goebbels, Ashton Nobles, looks like she might have tweaked an ankle or something trying to go and chase. And boy, we saw how averaging 13 yards She got about 17 on that one. Just a
26.
yeah. So here comes the extra point. Kick this. And snap is there. Kick is up. And it is good. So the Portland Shockwave start this drive at their own 39-yard line and move it downfield for the touchdown. Will take a break. Portland Shockwave 7 and the Seattle Spartans nothing. This is WFA football on STSPN.com. As soon as we got off on I-5, we stopped like between Arlington and Smoky Point. And welcome back, Frank Goddard Stadium, as the Portland Shockwave march it downfield. They mixed a good mix of run and pass, and it was a 26-yard run by Gabriella Johnson for the touchdown. Extra point good, and it's a 7-0 ball game. So back deep for Seattle. Can't see the numbers, Bob.
Hanson and Stephanie Howard.
And it's going to be a short kick. It's going to be fielded by Crystal Craig. Crystal is going to. They're going to give her forward progress, I think, to the Portland 49-yard line. That was just, I don't know if that was a missed kick or they're trying to do an onside kick, but Craig fielded it and forced back, but they're going to mark it down at the Seattle 49. So, they're not.
All down to 44. No forward progress on that kick.
Wow. That, I'd be arguing that if I was a coach, because
maybe no control.
All right, there we go. So 1st and 10, still good field position at the 46. Quarterback Brittany Wilson for the Seattle Spartans. She's out of Everett. Coming in, Miranda Hanson. And Seattle's going to call a timeout. So we will take a quick break. This is WFA football, Seattle Spartan football, right here on STSPN.
First and 10, Seattle at his own 49. Brittany Wilson at quarterback.
And welcome back. 1st and 10 after the timeout. Spartans set up. Ball at their own 44-yard line. Brittany Wilson out of the shotgun. 3 wide outs to the left. She gets a snap. She's going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham breaks it up over the 50. It gets over the 40. She breaks a tackle. She gets over the 30, over the 20, and down at the 16-yard line. Big gain for the Seattle Spartans. Way to answer back, huh?
Some really good blocking. Number 23, Phaedra Geaton, really good block there to seal off the edge, to get her through the front line there, and then off to the races was Pelham.
You're saying, looking at the one thing that stood out stat-wise was the yards rushing in the last game. And 1st down and 10.
41 yards.
From the 16-yard line. And we've got number 20 in the backfield, and And also Brittany Wilson, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. Gets the snap. He's going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham off some blocking, goes to the right-hand side, and she gets around 2 or 3 and just got behind the right side of the line and followed him. So, boy, not getting a generous spot at all. They're going to sell penalty procedure call against the Spartans. So, replay that, should replay first down. We're going to talk to the captain of Portland. Should be a 5-yard penalty, and you'd think they would accept it, and they move it back 5 yards, bring it back to the 21. So it'll be 1st and 15, ball on the near hash mark.
At the Portland 21.
Wilson sets up, Cole Pelham going back in the backfield. Get a wide out, number 20. We don't know who that is on the right side. Wilson has a person go in motion, gets a snap. Going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham on the left side, cuts it inside, breaks a tackle. She gets up over the 20 to the 15, down to the 14-yard line.
Up to the 14-yard line.
And she gets 6 of that penalty yards back, so make it about 2nd down and 9 for the Spartans. And a good blocking on that left side of the line, Bob.
Did a good job, and then she was patient enough to wait for that hole to open up and then pounced right through, got the extra 3 yards after that hole was opened up.
So Spartans take their time in the huddle. Wilson out of the shotgun. Brenda Hansen lined up on the left. She gets a snap. They hand off to Pelham. Pelham again on the left-hand side. She's got a hole. She gets over the 5 and down to about the 3-yard line. Another flag thrown right at the line of scrimmage, and that usually a sign of a hold, but let's see. Let's see. That's be presumptuous and call it before the referee gives us the official word. And that was a nice run. Would it be 1st down territory? Get down to the 3-yard line.
I'm not gonna hear it. I'm just gonna start yelling.
Hi, Dave. Good to tell him.
Oh, and a face mask. So
Offsetting
penalties.
We play 2nd down.
So they were going to mark the ball at the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal to go from the 3 with the offsetting penalties.
At the Portland 3-yard line.
Brenda Hansen, now the officials are going to come out and they're going to discuss it. And are they going to make them come back and replay this from the 2nd down from the 14? They're going to have a discussion, and
seems like if it's offsetting penalties, you would have to just not take the play.
And now, if everybody remembers and agrees where the ball was, so they'll put the ball at the, looks like the 13, so it'll be 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 14.
We might have gained a yard or 2. I think we were further back.
The 13 was where that last run was from her after it was 1st and 15 or whatever.
So 2nd and 7, and now we've got a timeout in the action. 7-0, Portland Shockwave leading, but the Seattle Spartans knocking on the door. We'll be back after these words. You're listening to WFA Seattle Spartan Football on STSPN. I'd be just tickled pink if we could have a football game.
Promise they have to get a little bit more diversity. Because run until they stop, and what do you got?
Yeah.
from the 13-yard line of Portland. Brittany Wilson keeping the ball. Loss of 5. Second and 14 at the 19-yard line.
Let's go! Hurry, hurry!
Wilson keeping the ball.
Putting the center into Wilson, there was some kind of miscue because
No gain. Third and 12. 4th and 12 at the 19.
Hanson. Hanson lines out to the right. Phaedra Keaton lined up as a fullback. Now Miranda steps back, and we're going to have a penalty. It's going to be delay a game. And now 5 yards back. And boy, Spartans, it was a big gain, getting all the way down to the 14-yard line, and they have now moved back. 4th and about 20. Wilson out of the shotgun. She's looking to throw, looking to go downfield, looking for Miranda Hanson, just a little bit high. Hanson went up, and it's going to be incomplete, so turnover on downs for the Seattle Spartans. Defense will take the field. Boy, just knocking on the door. Bob just couldn't quite get in.
No, those are two conflicting penalties. We were down on the 3, and that pulled us back, and just kind of backwards from there, unfortunately. The old bend but not break trauma defense, it appears.
Now the Portland Shockwave will line up. We've got some good sized line. The quarterback, Holly Petrie, sets up under center. 2 wideouts to the left. Going to hand off to Johnson. Johnson up the middle. And she's got a little room to run. Gets back to the 29-yard line.
On the sophomore, Seattle Stephanie Howard.
Howard on the stop for the Spartans. So gain of about 6, 2nd and 4 for the Shockwave.
2nd and 4 at the 29.
I believe that last carry was Jenna Mae Lamb.
And Tammy Johnson is what I saw.
Okay.
Oh, no. I got the wrong roster. I busted.
Petrie gets a snap, fakes the handoff, going to keep it herself, and she's going to be caught from behind by Sarah Cooper. She's going to get the first down, I think, or come real close, but Cooper just swallowed her up with a good tackle. Gotta like that, sure-handed tackle, gotten both arms around her and made sure she hit the turf, but she did get the first down. So first down and 10 for the Shockwave at their own 33-yard line.
Tell Holly to grab my play card so that someone can flip through it.
They set up traditional I formation, 2 backs in the backfield, wideouts left and right. Petrie gets a snap, going to hand off. There's a flag on the play, and the Spartan line right there to meet him. Number 73, Janelle Alea, right there. Janelle from Everett.
Leah on the top first down, but there's a hanky on the field.
And also getting in there, Ashton Nobles. No gain, good defensive stop there. And flag was thrown in the backfield. Looks like it's going to be against the Shockwaves. They're talking to the Spartan captains. You hear the coach yelling, back him up. So we'll move this ball 5 yards back and replay first down. Move it all the way back to the 28-yard line of the Shockwave, and 1st and 15. Wide out left and right in I formation. 6 minutes left to go in this first period. Petrie under center. Gets a snap. Going to hand off to big number 7, and that's Malone, and she brings it up the left-hand side on the stop. A couple of Spartans. Number 73, which would be Ellen Alea again, and number 88, Ashton Nobles. They've teamed up for a couple of tackles here, and she's a big. Rodriguez is tough to bring down. 5'4", 254 pounds, out of Stockton, California. Yacina Jasmine Rodriguez. And there's a penalty, and this is going to go against the Shockwave. And I didn't see what the penalty is. Let's see. Going to be a holding. So it brings it all the way back to the 24-yard line. And let's play first down one more time and now make it 1st and 20.
1st and 20.
We've seen Petrie throw it. One wide out to the left. Rodriguez in the backfield. Petrie getting the snap, looking to get time to throw, and gets it off to Rodriguez. It's complete. Rodriguez, and she gets to the 30, and a great open field tackle by Nicole Pelham.
That's it. And that was the only way you're going to take out that lady, is to take her out right at the knees. Good shoulder, good safe tackle by Pelham. Beautiful job.
Nicole at 130 pounds, taking down the 250-pound Rodriguez. And again, just wrapped up the legs. That's how they teach it. 2nd down and 12 for the Portland Shockwave. And now Petrie, there's a person go in motion. Gets a snap, looking to throw. She's going to roll out to her right. She's got some room to run. She's going to be chased down by Miranda Hansen, and she's going to run down, and she gets the first down, and she runs a tightrope, and she gets into Seattle territory. Miranda Hansen almost had her.
Up to the field, 47, and that's another
2-yard
Portland first down.
Turned the corner, and maybe not real fast, but just fast enough and elusive enough to turn lemons into lemonade.
Well, that counter brought everybody over to the right-hand side, giving her that whole left, her right side to open up.
So 1st down and 10 now in the ball in the 48-yard line of Seattle. Petrie sets him up and again on the I formation. And off to number 30 right up the middle, and that is Lamb. Lamb gets about 7-8 yards.
Time the ball carrier.
And
For 7 yards.
going to be brought down by Nobles again. A gain of about 7. 2nd down and 3.
Second and 3 at the 41.
I'd like to remind folks, come on out. We've got can't do plenty of football left tonight, but we've got 2 more games scheduled here at Frank Goddard Stadium. Wide out left, wide out right. Petrie. Gonna hand off to Rodriguez. Keeps it herself. Then a pitch out to Lamb. Lamb's got room to run. She gets over the 25, the 20, and run out of bounds by Miranda Hansen at about the 10-yard line.
Boy, that was a nice little flick out there.
Miranda Hansen
She was
on
the
the
first
tackle.
driver to shoot that. They have to run down the sideline until Hansen comes out of nowhere to take her out.
And all set up by, fake handoff to Rodriguez, who got 2 Seattle defenders to try to bring her down, and then they ran the option. Big yards for the Shockwave. First down and 10 from the Seattle 11-yard line. 2:56 left to go in this first period.
First and 10 at the 11.
Wide outs left and right. Petrie, we're going to have long count.
Those legs are down.
Petrie might have threw the Seattle Spartans off sides, let's say.
The 5-yard
Cadence,
offside on
and
Seattle.
she did. So
Brings the ball to the
brings the
6-yard line.
5-yard forward, so first and 5 from about
First and 5 at the tail 6.
6-yard line. Petrie gets a snap. Hand off to Rodriguez. Rodriguez on the right side. She runs into green shirts, and
Rodriguez, the ball carrier.
on the stop.
Leah was really trying to strip that ball out of her hands, could not quite pop it free, but Rodriguez was not letting go of that one.
Number 20.
So close to a first down, second and inches at the 2. Spartans could use a turnover here. They got a turnover against Tacoma Trauma. Cole Pelham returning a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Petrie sets him up. Going to hand off to Big Rodriguez right up the middle, and she gets enough for the touchdown.
Sir Malone,
Ooh, that's a tough
touchdown.
one. I'd love to see the replay on that. I'm not certain she got across the end zone.
Yeah, it's that far side from us. We're about at the 50, but love to have that camera angle right there at the line of scrimmage and see if she got the ball over the plane. Officials right there, they say she did. So now they're going to kick the extra point. Snap is there, kick is up, and it is good. So
The kick is good with
fighting
1:38 to go.
Shockwave
In the
take a
first quarter.
14-0 lead. This is WFA Seattle Spartan football right here on STSPN. And welcome back. Frank Goddard Stadium, 14-0 our score. 1:38 left to go in this first period. And Portland Shockwave will be kicking off here. Henson and Quarles in the backfield, or in back to return. It was a short kick last time by the Portland Shockwave. This one's going to be fielded by Hansen at the 30. She gets up to the 35.
Knee went down.
And touched the knee as she picked it up.
Recovers the ball
That's
at the
going to
30-yard line.
put her right down at the 30. Spartans had a good drive, their first possession. Marched all the way down to the 14-yard line, did a couple of penalties, and that stopped a good drive and stopped scoring opportunity. Had Portland Shockwave 3rd and long, and it was an option play, and they got a big yards. Got it down there in the red zone and eventually score. Spartans need to get a touchdown here to stay in pace with this Portland Shockwave team. Now we've got a whistle, and we're going to have a timeout. So we'll take a quick break. Minute 36 left to go in the first period. 14-0 their score. This is Seattle Spartans WFA football on STSPN.
Ain't no running on that damn knee, girl. I didn't say you couldn't walk with it. I just said no running on it.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Brittany Wilson out of the shotgun, gets a snap, looking to throw, getting pressured, looking to go downfield, and trying to find it to number 20. And that one, I think, miscommunication. I think they were expecting a zig and got a zag, and that ball just hit turf. 2nd down and 10. Again, we'll try to see if we can figure out who number 20 is, maybe at halftime. Not on our roster, but she's been playing wide out and looked like pretty good speed. Number 29, Holly Amelia, she is out. Looks like she's got a knee injury, and she is on the sidelines, but shoulder pads are off. 2nd down and 10 now for the Spartans. Ball out their own 30-yard line. Going to hand off to Pellet. Pellet with a zig and a zag goes up the middle, and she is going to go 4 yards before she's brought down by Rodriguez.
Gain of 4 yards.
Rodriguez, she's got some good speed defensively as well for the Shockwave. So it'll be gain of 4, making 3rd down and 6 now for the Seattle Spartans.
6 after 34.
Brittany, a long time in the huddle. They don't have a whole lot of time here to get this play off here. Sets up. Cooper goes in motion. Gets a snap. Off to Pelham on the right side. She's got room to move. She's got the 1st down and more. All the way down to the 43-yard line.
Up to the 43-yard line, and that's another Spartan 1st down.
She hits the hole quickly on that right side, and she was about 4 or 5 yards downfield before the Shockwave were able to get.
Well, it looked like she might be caught behind the line of scrimmage, able to squirt those two defenders really well, and then just took off.
So 1st down and 10 for the Seattle Spartans. They're trailing by 2 touchdowns. They need to get a touchdown here and keep pace.
Take some time off the clock. It was a hard time getting continuity going in that first match that we were able to watch. And at least we're seeing some plays being played this time.
That's going to be the end of the first period. So at the end of one period of play, it's the Portland Fighting Shockwave 14, the Seattle Spartans nothing. This is Seattle Spartans WFA football on STSPN. And we're back, start the second period. 14-0 our score. Portland out in front of the Seattle Spartans. Spartans, after getting a first down, have it 1st and 10 from their own 43 to start the second period. Brittany Wilson out of the shotgun, gets the snap. Going to hand off to, going to do a runner, a little reverse to number 20. 20 gets over the 45, over the 50, breaks the tackle. She's over the 40 and down to about the 37-yard line of the Portland Shockwave.
8-yard line, and that's another. Spartans first down.
And whoever the mystery number 20 is, she's did a great little run there on the reverse, and I like that play, Bob.
Yeah, 18 yards, a nice little rush for there, and she was able to break through a couple of big tackles, and that's where the real yards came from.
And we'll figure out who she is here as soon as we can. Get out of the shotgun. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Going in motion is Flickinger. Brittany Wilson's going to hand off. Oh, there's going to be a fumble and going to be a loss of about 3. A little pitch out to Pelham and somehow handle.
Sun in your eyes didn't help them much either.
No. Bart now moving east to west. Good wind blowing here this afternoon or evening as the sun is sinking. So second down and about 14 for the Seattle Spartans.
Second and 14 at the 47.
Spartans' second possession. They did well in their first. They just couldn't get it, got into the red zone, unable to get it into the end zone. Second and 14. 2 wide out to the left, 1 to the right, and we've got movement. And hate to say it, this is what shot the Spartans in the foot in their first drive.
I think it might be offsides, actually. Might be Rodriguez on the far right-hand side.
Let's see. Officials are having a discussion what they saw.
Ball up to 43.
Hey, offside. Good job, Bob.
Yeah, blind squirrel.
The ball from the 43 up to the 48.
So it moves the ball 5 yards up. I keep saying that they've been hearing about there's a referee shortage. I've always said we'd volunteer to call any calls from up here in the broadcast booth. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Wilson looks over the defense, and we've got movement. On the far left, wide receiver jumps. It's going to be down. So we're going to place the ball 5 yards backwards, and I don't think there's any doubt about that one. So second down and 15.
Second and 15 at the 43.
Two wide outs to the left. And now Wilson gets a snap, screen pass. Was it a lateral? Was it forward? No, they're going to say it was a lateral instead of a forward pass. And that is a fumble, and the Portland Shockwave are going to take over. That was, I think it was, I think they're going to say it was a pass that went backwards. It would be lateral that hit the turf. Makes it a live ball. So Portland Shockwave take over, and another promising drive got into the Portland Shockwave territory, comes back. So now Portland sets up. Petrie, 2 backs in the backfield. We've got Cunningham and Rodriguez in the backfield. Petrie under center. Spartans showing blitz. Petrie looking to throw, looking to go downfield, and we're going to have pass interference. They're trying to hit Haley Pettit, and Spartan defender probably would have had good coverage, but didn't turn the eyes around. And,
Yeah, tell him if she just turned around, she would have got shot right in the gut with that ball.
Yeah. So pass interference against the Spartans.
Pass interference on Seattle.
Just see that one starting to develop and happen. You kind of wanted to yell out, turn around. Here comes the ball, but too late. So a 15-yard penalty moves the ball down to the 34-yard line of the Seattle Spartans. Portland Shockwave. They have scored their first 2 possessions, and Spartans haven't helped them with a couple of penalties. It's now, again, they set up Rodriguez, and can see where the other back is.
That's Malone.
Going to hand off to Malone. Malone falling behind Rodriguez, and she's got room to run and gets down about the 25-yard line before she is brought down.
That's actually 27 that ran that ball.
By Nobles.
Morrison, the ball carrier, up to the 25.
So Mortensen, the ball carrier, gets about 8 yards, 2nd down and 2. Nobles again on the tackle. Lucy, we've been calling her name quite a bit.
Very active on both lines, both offense and defense for the Spartans tonight.
So here comes 2nd, 2. Spartans showing blitz again. They're going to hand off number 27, Mortensen. Mortensen on the right-hand side. I think she's got enough for the 1st down.
Phaedra Keaton was on that tackle.
Phaedra Keaton on the stop for the Spartans.
Got enough. She needed 2, and I think she got 3 down to the 23-yard line of the Seattle Spartans. Spartans need a turnover here. So 1st and 10. Portland Shockwave had success running inside and out. It's been big plays. Petrie gets a snap, looking to throw. She's got some time. A little deep pass over the middle to Rodriguez, and it's going to be close to a 1st down. And there's about 8 Seattle Spartans trying to bring down the 254-pound Rodriguez.
I think there was a lot of stripping of the ball attempted there. I think more than the actual tackle.
And that's going to be close to a 1st down. Let's see where they spot it. That young lady is, she's just hard to bring down. Just held her short of the 1st down. Good defensive stop for the Spartans. 2nd and 1. And Petrie sets him up. Mortensen and Rodriguez in the backfield. Petrie gets a snap. Takes the handoff, looking to throw. It's going to be over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez sheds 1 tackle and then gets down to about the 6-yard line.
Nobles once again cleans that up and just knocks her sideways.
Nobles just having a heck of a game defensively for the Spartans.
Nobles on the tackle.
She's only 5'10", 195 pounds, but she hit Miss Rodriguez like she a whole lot bigger. So 1st and goal to go from the 7. The Portland Shockwave knocking on the door. Spartans need a turnover here. Defensive stand. Petrie sets him up on an I formation. Hand off to Mortensen. Mortensen on the left-hand side, and she's going nowhere. Nothing but green shirts.
Morrison, the ball carrier.
And
That's Keaton and 42.
And that would be Logan Martin.
Logan Martin on the stop of the Spartans.
And Logan doing a good job. 5'6", 230 out of Monroe. So good defensive stop there. Second down and goal to go from the 7.
Second and goal at the 7.
See if Fortson, and now in the backfield is Malone. Petrie, long count. Going to hand off to Mortensen again. Mortensen again is going to be swallowed up by a wall of green. And she is brought back.
And Brandy Ride in there also.
Kind of a gang tackle, yeah. Heaton and Ride. And third down goal to go. Boy, it should be a boost to the morale and the momentum if you can get a turnover on downs here. Third down, goal to go from the 6. Portland going to put it in the air here.
Well, they like those little screen passes to Rodriguez.
So in the ball game again is Malone, and they get a new back in the backfield. That's Lamb. They're going to look to throw over the middle, and it's going to be complete touchdown. And that is 36. To number 36, Tess Bear, the tight end.
Pass to Blair.
Just a little
touchdown.
Slant on the inside, and just didn't have to go far, just enough to get into the end zone. And Bear right there to make the catch. Bear going to kick.
Blair to kick.
Forest Grove, Oregon. She kicks it up, and it is good. So it is good. Now Portland Shockwave 21, Seattle Spartans nothing. This is Seattle Spartans football on STSPN. And welcome back. We're at Frank Goddard Stadium. 21-0 our score. Seattle, or the Portland Shockwave leading the Seattle Spartans. And they're about to kick off, and we found out who number 20 is Mike Fortson for the Seattle Spartans. Back deep, Miranda Hansen and Quarles. Olivia Quarles. Here comes the kick. It's going to be a short kick, and this is going to go out of bounds.
The kick goes out of bounds at the 36.
So we'll give it 5 yards, and
up to the 41.
should be right about the 41-yard line where the Seattle Spartans will start it. And down by 3 touchdowns, the Spartans have been able to move the ball and kind of fits and starts, Bob, but it's been penalties and things that have really stopped their offensive momentum. So they need to get a good drive here, get some points, and they're right back into this ball game. 7:55 left to go in the first half.
Make them re-kick it, appears.
They're going to make them re-kick. Okay.
Re-kick.
Well, there was a procedure penalty.
For your Spartans.
So they're moving back 5 yards back. And Quarles and Hansen now standing about the 25-yard line to 23.
The Blair will be kicking up from the 30.
So Bear kicks off from the 30 for the Portland Shockwave. And let's see where she can. I've yet seen her really kick it deep.
That's fine. At halftime, just come on up.
And this one is another one that's going out of bounds. Goes out of bounds at the 41.
The ball will go back out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
So they should spot it at the 46.
Kick it again.
They're going to make them kick it again.
Looks like it.
And
Re-kick again.
they're going to try it one more time. So they're going to, yep.
We'll re-kick again.
Gonna end up with real solid field position by the time this is all said and done.
Get a return. All of a sudden now you get a good, decent return. And, boy, you could be knocking on the door.
Back deep for your Spartans.
The sun could be a factor as it's setting into the west into the eyes of
Yeah, when it
Spartan.
flattens out there.
yeah, the Spartan
Number 36, Blair, will be kicking again.
backfield. Again,
For the
Miranda Hansen
Shockwave.
and Olivia Quarles.
Last time we played,
deep.
we didn't have to worry about the sun. We had cloudy
Cloud
overcast.
and, yeah, drizzly. And I'm expecting the next game will be in T-shirt and shorts here in a couple weeks. Here is a kick, and this one's going to be fielded by Quarles at the 31. She gets up over the 40, 45, breaks the tackle over the 50, all the way into Portland Shockwave territory at the 45-yard line. Let's see where they spot it.
Throws the ball carrier.
Real nice run.
Line.
Got the last 10 yards on extra
First
effort
and
there,
10
and
Spartans at the
ended up
45.
in beautiful position for the Spartans.
I think it's going to be real key here for the Spartans to take advantage of this good field position and maintain a drive and get some points here.
At the shot
Could even just finish out the out the half if they do this the way they have been.
And I think they would be happy if they go into the half at 21-7 if they can maintain a drive and put it in the end zone. It's been penalties that have been their worst enemy here on offense. 2 wide outs to the left. Brittany Wilson out of the shotgun has 22. Cooper on motion, gets a snap, and there is going to be some confusion in the backfield. I think that was a misdirection play.
Pelham, yeah.
Got just cambered in the backfield and goes down hard on the stop for Portland. Number 37, Jessica.
Loss of 3.
Loss of 3. That one, that just looked ugly. Hate to say it.
13
Kind of a
at the 48.
hand off and look left and right. And looked like a broken play. But Spartans have been able to move it. They've been able to move it. Some pretty good running in this first half.
Well, in that first possession, they were really pushing the defensive line back. And right now, it seems like the defensive line for the Shockwave has really done a good job of having the ownership of the push.
All right, there's a snap and goes to the turf. So Spartans going the other direction here. Ball at the 48. And coach is going to call a timeout.
Brittany Wilson falls
They're
on the
going to
ball.
reset here. It'll be a 3rd and about 16. We'll be back. This is Seattle Spartan football right here on STSPN. Frank Goddard Stadium after a Seattle Spartan timeout. 3rd down and about 16 from the Seattle 48. 2 wide outs, 3 wide outs to the right, 2 to the left. Then there's going to be a little handoff to Mike Fortson. Fortson trying to goes one way, reverses her direction, now cuts it up over the middle, over the 50, and takes a big hit. But that was great running by Mike. On the right and she saw that nothing but Portland Shockwave there. She says, well, go the other direction. Turns it upfield and makes some positive yards. Maybe not how the play was designed, but you know what? You like it if a little improvisation and it works. Make it 4th and 11. She might have ran 20 to gain 5, but it worked. So 4th down, just a big 4th down for the Seattle Spartans right here. 3 wide house to the right, 2 to the left. Wilson out of the shotgun. Gets a snap, looking to throw. It's going to be complete to Pelham. Pelham is going to be met right at the line of scrimmage and brought down. And
Tess Bear
on the stop for the Shockwave. And
Turnover on downs.
that one, I think the right way to go, and Pelham might be a little shaken up. She was thrown down pretty hard. And Nicole Pelham gets up. And she says she's fine. So the turnover on downs. And the Seattle Spartan defense going to be asked to defend a short field again here this first half. So at the 47, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Fighting Shockwave.
47-yard line.
Quarterback Petrie sets up Rodriguez in the backfield. And Seattle trying to get all their players in. There's going to be a penalty and a long pass downfield. It's going to be complete to Pettit. Pettit goes in and touchdown Portland Shockwave and make that a 53-yard touchdown play. And this penalty is going to be against Seattle as they were getting their defenders in. And that was one that they just didn't have enough players on the field. And they were coming in. And the penalty is going to be declined. They're going to accept the touchdown. Oh, my.
Last 2 passes by Petrie for touchdowns.
And Pettit showing good speed once she caught that ball. It was maybe about a 10 to 15-yard pass, but Pettit just put on the jets and ran it in for a 53-yard pass play. Bear will be kicking the extra point for the Portland Shockwave. Snaps there, she kicks it. This one is going to be blocked and going to be fielded. Nobles picks it up, trying to run it back, but it's going to be down there. So the extra point, no good. So that will take a break. It is the Portland Fighting Shockwave 27, Seattle Spartans nothing. This is Seattle Spartan WFA football on STSPN. And we're back here at Frank Goddard Stadium. And we've got 5:31 left to go in this first half. 27-0 our score. Portland Shockwave leading the Seattle Spartans. And they're going to kick off. Red Hansen, Quarles in the backfield. It's going to go to Quarles. Quarles misses this one. It's going to go back and down at the 12-yard line. She's going to pick it up, turns it upfield, gets over the 20, 25, breaks a tackle over the 30, and all the way to the 35-yard line. Boy, that's a way to redeem yourself.
One of those ones where the sun was definitely in her eyes.
Yeah.
She just couldn't see that, pick that bounce up, but was able to pick it up and sure get some yardage out of it.
She had to go all the way back, looked about the 11-yard line. It brings it all the way up, and they're going to say she is down at the 36. So pretty good field position here for the Seattle Spartans. And
First and 10 Spartans at their own
As we-
36.
said they offensively, boy, it just seems like two teams, when things are running good, they look pretty intimidating and like they're going to run up the score, and then the wheels come off, penalties, turnovers. So they can do it. They just need to put it together here. I formation. Ricky Wilson at quarterback gets a snap. He's going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham on the left-hand side. She breaks a tackle, gets over the 40, 45, close to a first down.
Nikki Pelham, the ball carrier.
And Nikki Pelham on the
Up to the
carry gets
45
all the way
yard
to
line.
the 45, so a 9-yard gain.
Gain of 9
And that's
yards.
the play that we saw their first drive that got them some big chunks of yards. Nikki Pelham comes out. She's going to get a breather here. So we
Second
see
and 1 at the 45.
Nobles and Coral in the backfield.
Fortson.
Fortson, Mike Fortson. You're going to hand off to Fortson. Fortson on the left-hand side. She's got some speed. She's trying to break a tackle. She gets to the line of scrimmage.
Fortson, the
And
ball
brought
carrier.
down. On the stop was Jana Mae
No
Lamb.
gain.
Lamb had a hold of Fortson probably 2 or 3 yards back of the line of scrimmage, and Fortson
Third and
doing a good
1
job just to get
at
back
the
to the original
45.
line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 1. Ball on the far hash. That was not a bad play, just good defensive play by the Portland Shockwave getting into the backfield. Hansen lines up on the far left. And Flickinger on the right. 2 backs in the backfield. High formation. Wilson gets a snap. Going to hand off to Nobles. Nobles up the middle, and she is going to get to the original line of scrimmage, and maybe not even that. So see, oh, they're going to
Loss of 1.
give her a loss of 1, so it's going to be 4th and a long 2. And it's the first time we've seen Nobles, Ashton Nobles, carry the ball.
4th and a long 2
Had
at
a
the
good day
44.
playing defense for the Spartans. She's going to come out. Coaching from the coach. So 4th down and 2. Big 4th down here for the Seattle Spartans. They need to keep this ball out of the hands of the Portland Shockwave offense here. Wilson gets a snap. He's going to hand off to Fortson. Fortson may have room on the left-hand side. Break. No, she's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage.
Fortson, the
That
ball
is it.
carrier.
44, a nice job on tackling there.
And that was Tia Cunningham. Looked like he had room to run, but Cunningham cut off the angle. And it's going to be a turnover on downs. And Portland Shockwave is going to have
Norfolk will
good
have a
field
first and
position.
10 at the
Another
44.
short field for the Seattle Spartan defense to defend. 2:45 left to go in the half. Again, Spartans trailing 27-0.
Hey, let's go get set!
Goddard sets up wide outs left and right. Gets the wide receiver lined up how she wants. She's going to get the snap, going to hand off, and this one just sort of in, and a big tackle from behind the line of scrimmage, and getting in there was 99. That is Lindsey Rogers, and to cap it off.
Lindsey Rogers.
Started off, and I think Fortson right there as well to get the tackle from behind the line of scrimmage. Good defensive play by the Seattle Spartans. I didn't see who the ball carrier was. That's Les Lamb. Okay, 2nd down and make it 14 for the Portland
Second and 14
Shockwave.
at the 49.
Rodriguez back in the backfield along with Lamb. Bennett under center. Lamb goes in motion. Pettit looking to throw. Here comes the rush. Going to go over the middle. It's going to be complete. to the tight end, Bear. And Bear is brought down by Nobles. And Nobles is just a tackling machine this afternoon.
Timeout, Portland.
So 3rd down and 9. Portland's going to call a timeout. The minute 40 left to go in the half. 27-0 our score. We'll take a quick break. This is WFA Seattle Spartans football on STSPN.
Nothing, Portland.
And welcome back. Just a minute 40 left to go in the half. Be 3rd down and 9. Make it 3rd and 8 for the Portland Shockwave.
At the 42.
They're going to set up on the Seattle 42-yard line. Petrie, the quarterback. Got Rodriguez in the backfield, along with Lamb. 2 wide outs to the left. Fakes a handoff to Lamb, rolls out to right, does Petrie, trying to find Bear, and that one overthrown.
Petrie's pass is intended for Blair.
And that'll be
Incomplete.
4th down and make it 8 for the Portland Shockwave. And
4th and 8 at the 42.
We're going to see our first punt.
we could. I think they're going to go for it. You're up 27-0. But boy, this would be a nice little momentum builder if you can get a stop here. Down by a bunch, but not impossible to come back. But you need to get the stop right here at this point. 4th and 8 for the Portland Shockwave. Out of the shotgun is Petrie. Gets a snap, looking to throw. She's going to get rushed. It's going to be a little screen pass, and right there to stop him. Number 99. That's going to be Lindsey Rogers and Quarles. And it'll be a turnover on downs. That was a screen pass. Spartans read that one well. So, minute 26
First and 10 Spartans at their own 39.
for the Seattle Spartans, ball on their own 39-yard line. We've got 61 yards to march downfield with minute 26 left to go in this half. I'm not sure how many timeouts they have. So, see if you get some yards in a hurry. Miranda Hansen lines up on the far left. Flickinger on the right. Cooper goes in motion. Wilson gets a snap. They're going to hand off to Nikki Pelham. Pelham is going to be met right at the line of scrimmage for about a 2-yard loss. And hit hard into the turf. Christy Lemieux. 5'7", 280 out of Portland, Oregon.
No gain.
On the tackle for the Shockwave. No gain, 2nd down and 10. Clock ticking down, 55 seconds left.
From the 39.
So, Spartans content to let this clock run down here. Seem to be in a hurry.
Hopefully, get plays off on the side.
Pelham, the ball carrier.
No gain.
Getting was Ed Rodriguez. No gain, getting in line of just in the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10, and that is going to do it. So it's going to wind this clock down.
At the 39.
We'll go to halftime. It'll be 3rd down and 10. they're going to
And that's
not
the
call a
end
timeout, and
of
that
the
is going to
second
do
quarter.
it. So we'll go to halftime. Our score, the Fighting Portland Shockwave 27 and the Seattle Spartans nothing. You're listening to Seattle Spartans WFA football right here on STSPN.
support the Washington Diamonds in their 50-50 raffle to win some Spartan football cash.
And welcome back here to Frank Goddard Stadium as halftime is just wrapping up. 27-0 our score. And Bob, quick impressions of that first half.
Just can't seem to find that ability to get both the pass and the run going here. We just have not found some passes that are going to work for us and our QB. And that's just making it too hard for Miss Pelham and Quarles to try to find some yardage there.
Yeah, if the offense becomes one-dimensional, it does make it easier for the defense. And what do you see the Spartans need to do in this second half?
They need to find whatever that pass play is that's going to open it up. We saw some plays in the first game that worked for Miss Wilson, and they seemed like they were just a little bit not kind of a wide receiver flare, not so much of that flare to Pelham and stuff. And we need something like that just to open up that gap a little bit, because we were getting some good runs off of both the left and right tackle there in the first quarter for Pelham. And what was the other young lady that had a nice run? I can't remember, unfortunately.
It was Fortson.
Someone before them even had one. But nonetheless, they were getting that. But then as soon as they knew that's what they were going to be doing, they just brought that defensive ends were just right there to pound them.
Yeah, and Portland putting 8 people in the box, and that has just really stopped up the run, and it's caused problems for the Spartans. Penalties, too, as well, has caused some problems. What do you have? Who is, as far as offensive?
I got Pelham with 10 rushes for 72 yards. Wilson has unfortunately got negative rushing because of a couple of bad snaps. Fortson ended up with 25 yards overall. Nobles ended up she had a negative yard, so we don't want to talk about that. For the stalwarts for the Portland Shock, they just spread it all over the place. But I do have Petrie for she is 7 of 8 for 104 yards with 2 TDs. Rodriguez has really been kind of sneaky good for them. She's got 1 TD rushing, but she's got 4 receptions for 28 yards. For that team. And the Gabriella Johnson that we thought was going to be phenomenal to watch, she's only had that 1 run, so she might be having either the night off or whatnot, but 1 run for 26 yards for her.
So now this kick start off for the Portland Shock. They kick off, and Quarles is going to field this at the 22, gets over the 25, breaks a tackle, and gets over the 30, and that as far as she's going to get, maybe about the 31 before she's brought down. So first down and 10 for the Seattle Spartans. Let's see if they made some adjustments at halftime, and if they can get a good time-consuming drive, get some points on the board, get some back into this ball game, at least within shouting distance. But they need a long, sustaining drive here that ends up in points.
They need someone with a better rock, paper, scissors win, because they need to stop going into the sun here in this third quarter.
Yeah, that's his sun is just getting to be a factor if it sets in the west as the sun is out and beautiful evening. Not if you have the sun in your eyes, though. Cooper goes in motion. Wilson gets the snaps, going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham on the right-hand side, and she again is met right at the line of scrimmage. As far as she's going to get.
She had a hole there for a moment. Reynolds and Nobles both doing a good job over there of creating that hole, just closed down quickly by the Shock.
Wilson gets the play from the sideline, now rushes out. It'll be second down and 10 for the Seattle Spartans. Should say Walsh. Michelle Walsh, who was started last year, and she played a little bit in our first game of the season. She's injured. We've seen her on the sideline in crutches, if you're wondering where she is. Second down and 10. Wilson out of the shotgun is going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham does a little zig to the right, trying to get out, find the hole, and she is going to be brought down by Christy Lemieux. And maybe gets a yard.
Shockwave.
So third, give her a few inches. Third and make it 3rd and 10.
No gain.
For the Spartans.
3rd and 10 at the 32.
So two wideouts line up. Fortson and Miranda. Hanson on the left. Wilson out of the shotgun, gets a snap, looking to throw. He's going to keep it herself, and she's going to get sacked on the line of scrimmage all the way back to the 27.
But there's a flag down.
And it's kind of a late flag. You wonder if you see a face mask here. Let's see.
Did he show intentional grounding?
Yeah, well, against Portland, that's. I'm going to go, huh? It's going against Portland, and it's going to be enough for a first down. So we'll take it. Okay, now.
Roughing the passer on Portland.
That's what we get.
Almost been a late hit after the tackle then, huh?
Late hit.
1st and 10, Seattle.
It's now 1st and 10 for the Seattle Spartans at the 43. They keep this drive alive with a penalty against Portland. Is that just the second penalty against Portland?
No. They've had a total of 5 so far.
And Mike Fortson coming off the field in a hurry. Wilson getting the lineup she wants. Now the officials are still having conversation. Miranda Hansen lined up on the far left. And I believe it's Flickinger on the right. Cooper goes in motion. And we're going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham trying to break a tackle, and no, she's going to get met by Morgan McCarley.
That hole never opened up for her whatsoever, unfortunately. She was expecting that hole to be there, ran for the hole, and it just never opened.
And looks like Portland is just
back to the 39.
stacking everybody up against the run, and Spartans having no success whatsoever here, at least to start this second half. 2nd down and 14 for the Seattle Spartans at the Portland 39-yard line.
14 at the 39.
Amy Johnson and Mike Fortson line up on the right. Miranda Hansen on the left. Pelham lone back in the backfield. Wilson out of the shotgun, gets a snap. It's going to be a little lateral back to Pelham. Pelham gets to the line of scrimmage and gets about 2 yards. And that's a backwards pass. Really is a lateral. And makes it 3rd down and 12. Brings ball up to the 41-yard line.
3rd and 12 at the 41.
Really scares me when you get that pass that goes backwards, because if it gets dropped, it's a fumble.
She's open for a moment. They're not getting the blocking to help support that penalty, though. They need someone else to be swinging by, a guard or something needs to come out and give her a little bit of help on up through that first line of defense.
It's a 3rd down and 12. Johnson lines up far right. Fortson and Hansen on the left. Pelham lone back in the backfield. Wilson gets a snap. It's low. Again, a pass out to Pelham. Pelham breaks a tackle. She gets about 4 yards out to the 44-yard line.
The 44.
And it's going to be 4th and 9.
4th and 9 at the 44.
The Spartans have a tough choice here. Do we see our first punt? Or they're going to go for it here, down 27-0, and they're going to call a timeout to think about it. So we'll take a timeout and discuss it ourselves. 10:49 up to go in the 3rd period. 27-0 our score. This is Seattle Spartan football right here on STSPN. We are at Frank Goddard Stadium on a beautiful Saturday night, and this is WFA football right here at STSPN. Our Seattle Spartans trailing 27-0. They've got the ball 4th down and 9, but it's only their own 44-yard line. And I think they are going to punt. And back deep, who's that punting here? Bob, I can't see the number.
I think it's Keaton.
Mike, get on the line. Mike, on the line.
100%.
And there's the snap. It's going to be fumbled, and there's no way they're going to get that kick off. And that was kind of a short snap. And so
Actually, 81.
And that would have been a player not on our roster. And
1st and 10 at the 35.
so, again, the Seattle Spartan defense, which really hasn't played that poorly this afternoon, but boy, again, they just have had short fields to defend.
Hey, smash.
Keep giving them a short field to work with, and you're going to give up some points. Here come the Shockwave. Petrie gets a snap and a hand off to Rodriguez up the middle. This time, the Spartans right there to hold her for maybe just a short gain. Number 42, Logan.
It's actually Malone.
It's going to be Malone on the carry. Malone, Sarah Malone, she's 5'8", 250. So they got a couple of good-sized fullbacks. And there's a flag thrown on the play in the backfield of the Portland Shockwave. It's going to be against the Shockwave. And motion, so they move the ball back 5 yards to the 40-yard line.
1st and 15.
I was going to say Logan Martin on the stop. Good defensive play for the Spartans. Spartans have had some good stops against Portland. But Portland's come up with a couple of big plays and 3rd and long that have kept drives alive and or scored touchdowns. They set up 1st and 15. Ball on the 40-yard line of Seattle. Petrie has 2 backs in the backfield. High formation. Gets a snap. Going to hand off up the middle. Big hole. And on the carry is number 30. That is Lamb. Lamb has the 15 yards, make it 16, gets the first down all the way down to the 23-yard line. And that time, offensive line of Portland opened up a big hole for Lamb, and looked like she was almost shocked that nobody was going to touch her about 5 or 6 yards until she got downfield. So 1st and 10 for the Shockwave at the Seattle 23. Spartans need a turnover here, a big stop. Wide outs left and right, again I formation. Petrie under center. Gets a snap, and she's going to keep it herself, trying to roll it out. Nell pitches out to Lamb. Lamb breaks one tackle, and then is going to be out of bounds. And on the stop for the Spartans, I think Janelle Aaliyah.
Ashton, cyclone right. Cyclone right.
Pretty good gain all the way out to the 17-yard line of the Spartans. So it'll be 2nd down and 4, short 4 for the Shockwave.
2nd and 4.
Second time we've seen that pitch out there, and it's worked. That one kind of just saved their bacon more than the one that ran for 26 yards.
I think they keep running that pitch out. I think you have a lot of a recipe for a fumble there. Suppose maybe Spartans can take advantage of that. But 2nd down and 4. They're going to hand off number 27 going up the middle. That's going to be Mortensen. Mortensen met at the line of scrimmage. She gets about 2 to the 15. And on the stop for the Spartans is again Janelle Aaliyah out of Everett.
Aaliyah on the stop for the Spartans.
So 3rd and a long 1.
3rd down and 1 at the 15.
For the Shockwave. They bring in Sarah Malone at fullback. And Mortensen in the backfield. Petrie is going to hand off to Mortensen. No, she doesn't. She fakes it. She's going to throw. It's going to be incomplete. Trying to hit Bear, the tight end. And
she's pointing at the sun.
yeah, that was one right up there, and she went back to look at get that reception, and the sun right there. I think we probably got maybe 5-10 more minutes of the sun right on the horizon here. And it'll not be a factor. So we got long shadows on the field. Our next game is going to be here at home. It'll be June 1st against the Oregon Hawks. See a big crowd out here. Cheer on our Seattle Spartans. Fourth and a long one. Spartans need to stop here. I formation for the Shockwave. Petrie is going to hand off to Rodriguez up the middle, and Rodriguez, she needed one, and I think she got three.
Logan Morton just grabbed a hold of that ball and just flipped her right over the top of Martin there.
Unfortunately, I was Malone that was on the ball carrier. I'm sorry.
But Martin was the one that flipped her over. Nice job on the tackle, but unfortunately rolled her into first down.
First down and 10 for the Shockwave. They've got a couple of big fullbacks, Sarah Malone and Yasina Jasmine Rodriguez, both good size ladies who can run with some speed. Petrie sets up again under center. I formation for the Shockwave. They're going to hand off to Mortensen. No, they fake it. Petrie going out to the right-hand side. She gets a pass off. It is going to be complete to Walker. And Walker's going to be brought down, maybe a 5-yard gain. Right there on the stop was Stephanie Howard, I believe, of the Seattle Spartans. Howard right there with the receiver and brought her right down. No gain. No gain yard after, what do they call that, yak? Yards after a catch. Second down and 3 now for the Shockwave. They get the ball at the 4-yard line. Nice night for football. Petrie sets him up. And again, it's Malone and I believe Mortensen in the backfield. And now we've got too much time charged against the Shockwave, and going to bring the ball back to the 9-yard line. So what was second and about 2 is going to be second now and 8.
Second and 8 at the 9.
Spartans need a stop here. Keep this score at least in the realms of coming back. If you're going to do it, you need to get some defensive stops. Need one right here. Second down and 8. Petrie wide out left and right. Gets a snap. We got a lot of movement on the line. This might be against the Shockwave. It is.
5-yard false start penalty.
So
Up to the 14.
So what was second and 2, now second and 12. They bring the ball out to the just short of the 15-yard line. I think it's 14-yard line. As we mentioned before, June 1st, our next home game. Like to have a big crowd out here. Guaranteed the weather's going to be nice and warm. We'll have 75 degrees and sunshine. 2 wideouts, 1 left, 1 right. I formation. Petrie gets a snap. Going to hand off to Malone, and Malone is met right at the line of scrimmage. No forward gain. Good stop, and who is right there?
Keaton and 42. So that's Martin again. So Keaton and Martin just doing a good job of really plugging up that middle.
And that's a big stop there. Makes it 3rd down and 12. So before, the defense has not played that badly. They've had some big stops. They just had a short field, and then if they've failed at anything, it's given up the big play. They've had Portland on the ropes a couple times offensively, 3rd and long, and Portland's been able to convert. This will be 4-down territory for the Shockwave. Coming in is Rodriguez, fullback. Petrie gets a snap. Going to hand off number 30 going around the corner. trying to turn it upfield, but Spartans right there to say no way. And on the stop, is that Nikki Pelham, I think, on the outside.
Pelham on the stop for the Spartans.
Actually, I think that's 5, but I can't tell. She's the one that's on the ground right now, unfortunately. So.
And we've got a injury on the field, but a good defensive play, either case, for the Seattle Spartans. As they attend to the injured player, again, remind to come on out June 1st against the Oregon Hawks. And you'll see some good football here in the WFA Women's Football Alliance. And tickets are very affordable. There's always discounts for seniors and military personnel. Fun games at halftime. They've got food. All you want. And if you want a good Saturday entertainment, bring the family out. And it's going to be Nikki Pelham, who's was on the stop, and she's like a Timex watch. She's been taking a licking, but she keeps getting up.
It's time for some mustard water for her and get rid of those cramps, unfortunately.
She's coming up and out, and she's going to be attended to, but she's getting up pretty spryly, so hopefully it is just nothing but a cramp. So 4th and 9, and the Seattle Spartans defense need a big stop right here. And now they roll the clock. Petrie sets up. 2 wideouts to the right. Gets a snap. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to her left, looking to throw into the end zone. And ball is going to be deflected. Brenda Hansen getting in there and knocks it out of the air.
An incredible play. She'd spring into the air, looked like a goalkeeper for a soccer game, and was able to get a hand on it. I didn't think she was going to be able to reach that far over, and she was able to bat that down.
And fought the sun, and she got the hand on it. So a big defensive turnover by the Seattle Spartans, and they're going to take over on downs from their own 10-yard line. That's hopefully maybe the momentum will kick over on the offensive side of the ball, and we can get a good drive here and get some points. 4:43 left to go in this third period. And Spartans will set up. They're going to be seated. We got Nikki Pelham back in the backfield. No. Going to be empty backfield this time for Brittany Wilson. 2 wide outs to the left. Courtney going to get the snap, and oh my goodness. And that was just a going to be met in the backfield for a big loss. Bear comes in the backfield, and nobody picked her up. She was unblocked. And Fortson on the sweep, she had nowhere to go. And that was just a sad situation. Loss of about 6.
Loss of 6.
2nd down and 16.
2nd and 16 at the 5.
And Spartans need a first down here. It's tough when you're back on your own end of the field. Kind of wondering, if that cuts down on the playbook of what options you're going to run here, because turnover here could easily turn into a touchdown for the Shockwave. So the Spartans set up. Hansen on the left. 3 wide outs on the right. 1 back in the backfield, and it's going to be too much time. And that is going to be a 5. Well, we can't do a 5-yard penalty. It'll just be half the distance of the goal. Brings it back to the 2. You can just see that one happening. These Spartans were trying to adjust personnel.
Sent in Quarles late. Unfortunately, tried to get her in there and just couldn't get in fast enough and get her into the play.
Now Wilson, empty backfield. Gets a snap. Looking to throw, looking to go downfield, and trying to find Cooper, and just overthrown. And again, I think that was one where, don't know where the fault lies. Wilson, I think, thought that the route was one direction, and Cooper thought the other, because that one just hit turf. And to make Makes it now 3rd and about 17. I think the right idea. You know, every once in a while, I think you do have to just throw it downfield just to let the defense know that you can and will occasionally. Keep them honest.
But boy, that play opens up, and all of a sudden, boom, down the field you go.
Yeah. So 3rd and a bunch here for the Spartans. Again, empty backfield for Wilson. Now, going to fake the handoff. Wilson getting the throw out there, and just out of the reach of Miranda Hansen. That would have been maybe a touchdown had it just connected, because Hansen had nobody in front of her, and she tried her darndest to bring that one in. But just a little bit long. So now 4th down and 17 for the, I think 4th and about 18.
4th and 18.
For the Seattle Spartans. And you saw a punt earlier, and that was a disaster. So I wonder if you're looking maybe at a pooch kick here maybe, or are you going to try to go for it? They're lined up to go for it. Empty backfield for Wilson. She has Fortson going in motion. She's going to throw it downfield, looking for Hansen, and it's going to be complete at the 18-yard line.
Up to the 18.
But just going to be about 3 yards short of the 1st down. But that at least gives the defense a little bit of playing room to defend. Hate to turn the ball over on the downs on the 2-yard line. And so nice pass play, but just a little bit short. And now for the Shockwave at the 16-yard line of the Seattle Spartans.
Another 3 and out here by the defense.
See if they can do it again. I formation for the Shockwave. Petrie gets the snap. Going to hand off to 44, and that is Cunningham. Cunningham met right at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be brought down. Good defensive play by the Seattle Spartans.
Better in the backfield. I don't know if they might be able to give her a loss yard too. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to say she got to the original line of scrimmage. It would be a generous spot. But Spartan defense playing tough here in this second half. And Cooper right there, I believe, was in there on the stop. And along with Aliyah on the right side. Again, I formation for the Shockwave. Petrie under center. Long count. Going to hand off to Malone. Excuse me, no, that's Malone up the middle. And Malone. And she gets big yards. 9-yard carry all the way down to the, make it 8-yard line. So it'll be, no, they're going to say 3rd and 2. Again, Malone, part of the 2 big fullbacks for the Shockwave, and they have having success catching it and throwing it. Malone in along with Rodriguez. Now Malone in the backfield. In the backfield in the fullback spot. Petrie gets a snap. Going to hand off Malone. Malone on the right-hand side breaks the tackle, and she just runs into the end zone. Touchdown, Portland Shockwave. And that just kind of wears you down in the defense trying to tackle the 2 big fullbacks like that. Those are some
well, quick hitter too. I mean, she was basically Petrie just took that ball from the snap and just swung right to the left, and Malone was there. Didn't need much of a hole to slither through.
And Bear will be kicking the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. So that makes the score, should be 34-0. We will take a break. This is Seattle Spartans WFA football on STSPN. We're back here at Frank Goddard Stadium. It has been the Portland Shockwave leading the Seattle Spartans 34-0. They score their first touchdown in the second half. As their defense held them tough, but too many times you give up the short field, and Shockwave team's offense is too good to hold them out. So now Bear will kick, and this one is going to be fielded by Howard, who picks it up and going to be tackled. Ball gets loose, but I think Spartans are going to hold on to it. Be out at the 33-yard line. Stephanie Howard tried to pick it up. I think just got it up in her hands and then was tackled. So Spartan offense comes out, and they like to have a good drive here just for pride's sake, if nothing else, just to give their defense a rest. They came out again the first half. Their first two drives were pretty good. They had some good yards, but like the first game of the season, after those first two possessions, the offensive wheels have come off and have had troubles. They're a good-sized line as Portland has. They've got Ari Taylor, 5'6", 340, nose tackle, and she's a load right in the middle. Wilson out of the shotgun, empty backfield, 3 wide outs right, 1 to the left. Fortner going in motion, and Pelham gets a good block. Fortner's got room to run. She gets over the 40 and down to the 44-yard line, and she's brought down. Lamb does a horse collar tackle, and I guess not a penalty in I guess in the WFA, or they didn't see it, but Lamb got a hold of Fortner and just horse collared.
Fortson had a really nice run.
Excuse me. Mike Fortson, 5'9", 165 pounds, out of Renton. So first down and 10, there is a penalty. And is this going to be against Seattle? Oh, boy. It was a nice play. Nikki Pelham really started that off. That was that sweep, and Pelham right there with a good block to open the way for Mike Fortson, who turns it upfield, and it's going to be against Seattle. I didn't see, what did he signal?
He's still explaining to the coach. I'm not sure I saw a signal.
Flag was thrown about the 35-yard line. Now the officials having more of a conference. So what's the call?
Illegal formation on the Spartans.
That brings the. Now they're saying procedure, and that brings
illegal formation.
So they brings it all the way back to the 29-yard line, and the chains have moved. Should be 1st and 15. Again, empty backfield for the Spartans. 3 wide outs right. Fortson going in motion. She gets the handoff. Another good block by Pelham, and that's going to be a hold.
The ball carrier.
I think Nikki trying to establish that block to open up Fortson to come around. Got an arm around the Portland Shockwave defender. And it is a holding. Yeah, unfortunately, I saw that one. Another good attempt of a block. And so now officials talking with the captain of Seattle, Gertie's, trying to decide whether they want to take it or not. It is a holding. So this is not the drive that the Seattle Spartans were hoping to have here.
Not after that nice little 10-yard fly sweep.
So now it's just first and next year for the Seattle Spartans. Ball all the way down to the 16, make it 15-yard line. Empty backfield for Wilson. Fortson goes in motion. Wilson looking to throw, looking to find Fortson, and almost intercepted. Getting in there was Sarah Cabot for the Shockwave. Met Fortson right when the ball got there, and it was 50-50 whether who was going to catch it. So second down and about what, 33? My math's never good, Bob. So it's a bunch.
Just 30.
So for second down and a whole lot of green to make. Wilson sets up again out of the shotgun. 2 wide outs to the left, 3 to the right. Wilson has Fortson go in motion, fakes a handoff, looking to throw, looking to go over the middle, trying to find Miranda Hansen, almost intercepted by Cunningham. A little bit high.
Almost intercepted by Cunningham.
That was a nice throw,
Yeah.
though.
Tell that she's got a little more zip on her passes, a little more confident, I think, in throwing the football than we saw her in the first game of the season. Well, she looked a little tentative throwing the football, but now she's got a little mustard on it, and probably good because Cunningham probably would have came away with the interception had it not had the oomph on it that it needed. So third and a bunch again for the Spartans. Hansen lines up along with Fortson on the left. 3 wide on the right. Fortson goes in motion. Again, Wilson looking to throw, find Hansen, and this one's going to be intercepted by Cunningham at the 25. This is going to be a pick 6. Cunningham going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Hansen unfortunately fell down on that play, and there was nobody there for the defense on that. Had she been able to stand up, she probably would have had a chance to have a jump ball, but unfortunately.
And that's now has turned the scales. So it's going to be a tough one to get back into. Bear will be kicking the extra points for the Shockwave.
Blair will kick.
Snaps there, kick is up, and it's ugly, but it's good. So it makes the score 42-0. We'll come back. This is Seattle Spartans football on STSPN. Welcome back, Frank Goddard Stadium, and it's a 41-0 ball game. And the Shockwave will be kicking off. Lights have been on, but just the sun has gone down behind the horizon. They're waiting for the shadows to take effect and the lights to take effect here. The kickoff is there. You're going to be fielded and drop at the 30. They're picked up. Bring it over the 40 and over the 50, and we're going. That's Fortson. Fortson gets Holloway out to the 42-yard line. Mike Fortson doing a good job there. It looked like that was going to be a disaster. She kind of bobbled the ball. She picked it up on the kickoff, and then all of a sudden she turned on the jets, and she's got a little bit of slippery as she runs there, Bob.
First and 10.
Yeah, and you thought she was bottled up about the 43, and she just burst through on that last 5 yards right after that, and then had rounded all the way down to that 40. Where are they going to spot it at here?
And that's going to be the end of the third period. So we're going to take a quick break. Our score, Portland Shockwave 41, the Seattle Spartans nothing. This is Seattle Spartans football on STSPN. And welcome back as we start the fourth period. 41-0 our score. And this one, say it's a game has been closer than the score would indicate. I know that kind of sounds ridiculous, but Spartan defense has played tough. It's just been giving up a couple of big plays, and the offense has been close. Just hasn't quite done it now. 2 wideouts to the left, 2 backs in the backfield. Brittany Wilson gets a snap, fakes the handoff, then goes the other direction. This goes to Pelham. Pelham on the left-hand side, and then she just a little tightrope walk and gets all the way up, breaks a couple of yards down about the 28. But there is going to be a flag on the field, and this one I have no idea who it's against. It must be against Portland because they're talking to Seattle. And no, they're going to call a holding against Seattle. Oh, man, too bad. And again, that's kind of been the story of the ball game. The Spartans come up with a good play, and then somehow a penalty or a turnover or a couple of plays for losses shoot them in the full. We'll see what they're going to do here.
Holding on Seattle.
Holding on Seattle. So they're bringing the ball back to the Portland 45. It'll make it 4th and 14. So first and 14.
1st and 14 at the 45.
So Spartans would like to get a drive here, get that offense moving.
It's the first time we've seen that misdirection play work to the extent that it did. That was a nice job. Of course, we know some of the reason those yardage was there because of the holding, unfortunately, but I'm not sure that holding was part of the actual play, so it's kind of discouraging to see it be called.
2 backs in the backfield. Cooper going in motion. Wilson gets a snap and going to hand off to Pelham. A little again, the misdirection. They
Pelham the ball carrier.
She gets about 5 of it back to the
5 up to the
40-yard line. And Nikki again a little bit slow getting up.
Well, I got her for 14 carries so far. So plus all the defensive plays she's playing also. So I'm sure that body's just starting to wear down a little bit.
Well, she's been big on defense, and she's taken a couple big hits again on offense. She keeps getting up. So 2nd down and 9 now for the Spartans.
2nd and 9 at the 40.
2 backs in the backfield, 2 wide outs left. Cooper going in motion. And they're going to hand off to Quarles on the right-hand side. There's a fumble.
Quarles the ball carrier.
And let's see who got that ball. Quarles lost it just as she hit the line of scrimmage. Somebody hit her hard for Portland.
Lost the 1.
And let's see who has it. They peel off the pile.
Gets to keep it.
And I guess Seattle's going to keep that, so that's good news. But a loss of maybe a yard, so 3rd and 10 now for Seattle.
3rd and 10 after 41.
Coming out is Olivia Quarles. So 2 backs in the backfield and wide out left and right. Wilson gets a snap, rolls out to her right, looking to throw. It's going to be complete to Cooper at the 35-yard line.
To Cooper.
Nice play for the Seattle Spartans. Brittany Wilson just hit Cooper right on the money for a nice 7-yard gain. Make it now 4th down and 3. I like that. Just the kind of thing that the Spartans need to get this offense moving and
3rd and 3 after 34.
make it a little bit more one-dimensional. If you're just running it all the time, it makes it real easy for the defense to stack up and stop you.
And those 7-yard gains are nice because this is the kind of play that you think it's only 7, and then all of a sudden they're bouncing out for 15 or whatever.
Yeah. So big fourth down here for the Spartans. Cooper goes in motion. Wilson gets a snap. Gonna hand off to Pelham. Pelham on the left-hand side. She's gonna be close. Let's see where they spot this. And I think it's gonna be just short of the first down. Oh, good try for the Spartans, but not gonna be enough, and they don't get a generous spot at all. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Portland Shockwave.
1st and 10 at the 33.
So 1st and 10 for Portland at the 33. Next game for Seattle will be May 11th against the Shockwave team down in Portland. 1st down and 10, I formation. Petrie gets a snap, gonna keep herself rolling out to the right, and she gets chased down. Bringing her down for a loss for the Seattle Spartans was Janelle Elia. She just chased down the quarterback, Petrie. And good for a 2-yard loss. Will give her the sack. Make it a loss of 3. 2nd down to 13 now. Great defensive play by the Spartans.
2nd and 13.
They had that covered. 2 different players could have taken that ball. Good job by Aaliyah, though.
She showed good speed chasing down Petrie. We've seen Petrie break that for a big run earlier in the first half. It's now 2nd and 13. Petrie sets up, gonna hand off number 44 on the right-hand side. Cunningham, she breaks a tackle, and she gets up with a 40, gets 1st down territory to the 43, but there's gonna be a flag thrown by the back judge, and it's gonna be a holding. It's coming back.
The Shockwave.
The Spartan fans like that. So that's coming back. .06 left to go in this ball game. Just tuning in, it's been all Portland Shockwave, the Fighting Shockwave, 41-0. Well, they march the football back. All the way down to the 23. So 2nd and 20. Petrie sets up under center. Spartans showing blitz. They hand off, and this one's going nowhere. Getting in there, blowing up the line of scrimmage was Stephanie Howard. Shot in there, and she was right in the backfield of the Shockwave and brought down the running back for about a 2 to 3. Get a 2-yard loss.
At the 21.
3rd and we get 23 from the 21-yard line. So again, the Spartan defense has played much better than the score would indicate. Petrie sets up Malone in there as the fullback. Petrie fakes the handoff, looking to throw over the middle, and almost intercepted.
Petrie's pass is almost intercepted.
Miranda Hansen coming in, almost had that one.
By Miranda Hansen.
I think Miranda was looking at I think she was thinking pick 6. She just couldn't get the handle because I don't think there was going to be a Shockwave player that was going to chase her down there. She was in stride. So 4th and long, and
At the 21.
the Shockwave will be doing their first punt. And back deep.
Fortson's back deep for your Spartans.
Mike Fortson. There's the snap. Kick is off. Low driving kick. Fortson picks it up at the 48. Does a little zig and zag. Gets it over the 40, the 35, over the 30. Cuts it inside. Over the 20, the 15, the 10. She may go all the way. She does. Touchdown, Seattle Spartans.
Spartans. Number 20, Mike Fortson with a touchdown.
That was just a great run by Mike Fortson.
Touchdown, Spartans.
She used her blockers out in front of her, and then when she got a little bit of an opening, she turned on the jets, broke a couple tackles, and off to the races.
No, a real good job of going right down the middle. The blockers were there for her, and then, like you say, boy, when she took that cut to the right, I thought maybe that one person coming in from the right-hand side, but she just turned on the jets, and that person never had a chance.
So Spartans get on the board. And they're going to call a timeout here to discuss the extra point.
Had 2-point conversion last week against the Trauma, so I'm sure they've got a 2-point play for them to use again.
So I would guess that we're going to see maybe that motion play or fake handoff and then give it to Pelham on the left-hand side.
Fortson with their speed too gives you a couple options there. We haven't seen much of Quarrel tonight from the backfield itself.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if she is.
She's had some good runs in the kickoff. She just hasn't. We haven't seen her in the backfield.
And again, Spartans is without Michelle Walsh. We should give her again another nod. Quarterback for the Spartans, who is on crutches on the sideline. She's cheering on her teammates. So the Spartans set up. They're going to go for 2. Why not? 2 backs in the backfield. We're going to hand off to number 88, Nobles. Nobles fullback, and she's going to be just short. So that is going to be it on that. But 41-6 is our score. You're listening to Seattle Spartan football right here on STSPN. We're at Goddard Stadium. It was a kickoff return by Mike Fortson.
Punt return.
Excuse me, a punt return for the Seattle Spartans. And a great run. Put the Spartans on the board. They're going to kick off. It's 41-6. And that was just a great return by Mike Fortson. Kickoff, and it's going to be fielded at the 27. Bobbled. but then picked up and brought up forward, and and it's going to go all the way for the Portland Shockwave.
It's Lamb.
And that is Lamb. Lamb kind of bobbled it and then picked it up and just took it to the races once he broke through the first line of defense and took it all the way. That was about a 67-yard return. And now they'll be kicking the extra point. So Bear will be kicking the extra point. So the special teams of both teams trade touchdowns. Kick is up. And ugly begin, but it is good. So it makes it a 48-6 ball game. This is Seattle Spartans WFA football right here on STSPN. Special teams on both teams trade touchdowns. That was a 67-yard return by Lamb of the Portland Fighting Shockwave, and they are going to kick off. Our score now 48-6. See if the Seattle Spartans have got a kickoff return in them. Back deep for the Spartans, Bob. We have Quarles and Hansen.
Ryan Hansen, Quarles back deep for your Spartans.
That is correct.
And Bear will be kicking off for the Shockwave. Spartans back about the 25-yard line. They're on 25. And this is going to be a short kick. Going to be fielded at the 38. Bring it up to 45. And up to the 48-yard line. And who's on the return?
Pelham.
Going to be Mickey Pelham. Nicky Pelham. And so, again, a pretty good field position for the Seattle Spartans. Let's see if the offense can get a touchdown here and get one to go back and build their next game again against these Shockwave in a couple of weeks. I think May 11th down in Portland. And our next home game will be June 1st against the Oregon Hawks. Love to see you here at Frank Goddard Stadium. And of course, you can't get here. You can watch it on STSPN. Two wide outs to the left, two backs in the backfield. Wilson has Cooper go in motion. Out of the shotgun. Brittany Wilson gets a snap. Fakes the handoff, does it off to Pelham. Pelham zigs and zags, and she gets about 3 yards into the 49-yard line. So second down and 7.
Second and 7 at the 49.
For the Seattle Spartans. I think you're doing a good job there. That was, I think, about ready to get tackled for at the line of scrimmage, but you see a little zig and a zag and got out and made a little something out of that. Lickinger lines up on the far right. Hansen on the left. Two backs in the backfield. Wilson gets a snap. No, it's going to be a wildcat to Fortson. Fortson on the right-hand side. She gets to the line of scrimmage and is going to be forced out. Not a bad idea. I like that. Just run the wildcat to Mike Fortson. Fortson's got some good speed and she's elusive as well, but that time the Shockwave not fooled, and now coming out will be Brittany Wilson. I think the only person fooled on that one was me. I didn't see Fortson as the quarterback until she got the snap. So So it'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Seattle Spartans. 6:46 left to go in this ball game. We'll talk to the Spartan player of the game afterwards, so stay tuned after the game. 2 wide outs to the left, 2 backs in the backfield. Wilson out of the shotgun. Long count, gets a snap, gonna fake one way, and then hands off to Pelham, and they ran that play one too many times because Pelham tackled for a loss on that coverage was Morgan McCarley.
Yes.
And, you know, they went to the well one too many times. McCarley was not fooled. And loss of about 4, so now it's 4th down and 12. Howard coming in along with Fortson. Lights now taking effect. You see the shadows and feels a little brighter than it was here about 10-15 minutes ago. Now Flickinger coming off the field. So 4th down and 12. Ball at the 46-yard line of Seattle. Hanson and Howard on the right. 2 backs in the backfield. Wilson, high snaps, was going to be to Fortson on the Wildcat, and there is going to be a flag thrown. And but there was a fumble on the snap, and picking it up was that Pelham, Nikki Pelham, and she again slow getting up. But I think there was a flag, and I think it could be a face mask. I think I saw a face mask. That would definitely help the Seattle Spartans keep this drive alive with 5:18 left to go. They'd like to get a drive going and a touchdown on the boards just for pride's sake. This offense has had some yards. This has been unable to put it in the end zone. Now the officials having a discussion. Face mask against the Portland Shockwave. And what was going to be a good defensive play turns the 4th and long into a 1st down for the Seattle Spartans. The officials still having a conversation here. I think they're now at this point, they're figuring out where they're going to go eat. Who's buying, I think. Now they're ready to go. I mean, they had one conversation. They said face mask, and now the second one. Now they move the ball. Now we're ready to go here. Ball spotted at the 45-yard line.
1st down, Spartans.
And Spartans set up 2 wide outs to the right, and Fortson, the quarterback. Sees another Wildcat here. Fortson keeps it herself and runs it up the middle. She's got room. She's over the 40, over the 20, 35, and all the way to the 31-yard line is Fortson.
Fortson, the ball carrier.
Nice little hole on the right-hand side, and she's got the speed. She just blew right through that hole. Able to fight through that last tackle and pick up 4 more yards.
I like that move. Put some speed in the backfield, and I don't know if Mike Fortson has got an arm on her, but if you get her, Pelham, and Quarles all in the backfield, you've got some speed back there. Gives you a different option. Now, again, Fortson at quarterback. 2 backs behind her. Gets a snap. She's going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham up the middle. And she's met at the line of scrimmage and fights for an extra 2 or 3 yards. Let's see where they spot this. They're going to spot it. Ooh, she's not getting a good spot. Could be at the 28-yard line.
Up to 28.
So 2nd down and make it 2nd and 8 for the Spartans. Ball at the 29-yard line. 3:55 left to go in this ball game. Fortson. And 2 backs behind her. I don't see who the numbers were. Fortson gets a snap. Going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham going off the left-hand side.
Quarles.
Excuse me, Quarles on the left-hand side. Still fighting. And she gets about 2 yards. I think she got to the 28. Let's see where they spot this. You're going to say forward momentum to the 27. And we've got a Spartan down on the field.
That's Miss Quarles. Pretty tough. It was a gang tackle, so it was a little bit of pretty hard fight.
One thing I can say about, and all the teams are going to take a knee, so maybe we will take a quick break. This is Seattle Spartan football on STSPN. Is it as chilly out there as it looks?
Yeah. I actually, so I'm telling you, I went to a home shop and if it's flag football, I had a t-shirt on. I had to go back home and layer up because I was going to get cold.
Baseball and softball this season. As nice as it looks, I always bring a heavy coat. It's usually by like the 4th or 5th inning, the wind kicks up and I'm freezing. Oh boy, they looking at her shoulder. Boy, I wonder if there's that might be woes that's going to Fortson. Or might she be on right? It's not like you're going to miss the arm out.
Hey, you can, if you find a warm place, I just need you for after the game when they, you know. They had me do track the other day. Somebody just killed me.
My daughter used to run cross country, and that's tough to watch because it's like, here they go, 20 minutes, here they come, and that's all you have.
Yeah, you're right. And I gotta tell you, there's absolutely no doubt about it. Everything that I covered, it has
Quarles injured or Spartans for the last play.
Well, I think it was 700, last I looked, you had 740 people looking at the last football game. That was like a day or two.
Oh yeah, no, we got, I think there's about 12 or 14. So that's the goal. I mean, usually it's not always a live lead. It's what you can capture.
That's what we should in our archives. And welcome back. And here we go. 3rd down and 7. And Quarles was the injured player. She's up after being attended to. I formation and Mike Fortson, the quarterback. gets a snap, picks up the snap, rolls out to her right, breaks a tackle, turns it upfield, gets over the 25, the 20. She spins all the way to the 17-yard line. Oh, my goodness. That was, you talk about disaster turned into a nice play.
Well, it was just a delayed handoff is all that was.
Oh, I thought, oh, my goodness, that was going to be a turnover, a fumble, and Mike Fortson, she stayed with it, picked it up. And once she starts running, she's tough to bring down. Little spin move and gets a big first down for the Seattle Spartans all the way down to the 18-yard line. 2:36 left to go in the ball game. Spartans need to go a little hurry up here. They want to get a touchdown here before the end of this game. Nice to build some momentum here as these two teams will meet again May 11th. That'll be the next game for the Spartans. 2 wide outs to the right, 2 backs in the backfield. Mike Porter gets a snap, looking to throw, going over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete, trying to find Cooper. Had Cooper, but just a little bit thrown behind.
Is it complete for Sarah Cooper?
And
Second and 10 after 18.
Fortson listed as a wide receiver. She was carried the ball a couple of times on sweeps. Of course, ran a punt return back for a touchdown. And Coach decided to put her in at quarterback, and that has put a little bit of a spark to this Spartan offense. Second down and 10. Clock stop, 2:11. Lookinger lines up on the right. Hanson on the left. And now we've got a timeout. And I think the Spartans were going to have too much time, so they're going to call a timeout. We will take a quick break. 48-6. This is Seattle Spartan football here on STSPN.
Let's go. Make it happen.
And welcome back. Second down and 10 for the Seattle Spartans. 2:11 left to go in the ball game. Their offense has a spark. That spark's name is Mike Fortson. In a quarterback. High formation, wide outs left and right. Fortson gets a snap, looking to throw, looking to go into the end zone, looking for Hanson, a little rainbow pass, and actually looking for Cooper.
Fortson pass is incomplete.
Which way do you want me
It's in
to
the
call?
forward.
Against you or with you? You had one person blocking.
Sarah Cooper.
Oh, wow. Let that happen, otherwise. So you're on.
Go,
Don't move
Spartan!
this time because you switch back.
Fortson, she could get the ball off, or get called down. Fortson still battling, and there's a fumble. And let's see, did they call that one down? That was a weird play. I thought Pelham was down. Nikki turns around and pitches it back as she's going down to Fortson. Fortson then takes it out to the right. It looks like she was
Mike, come here! Mike! Mike! Mike!
See, somebody was down before that fumble. If not, it's going to be Shockwave ball. Penalty against the Shockwave. They move the ball to the 18.
Put a hat on a hat.
Some kind of signal of what this was.
Let's go, Spartans! You got this, baby!
The sneeze there that was coming out.
Let's go, Rockets!
Don't have a mute button. Third down and 10. Mike Fortner, the quarterback. Eye formation. She gets a snap. She's going to keep herself. Runs it out the left-hand side. She breaks a tackle. She's over the 15. She's over the 10. The 5. Touchdown, Seattle Spartans. And that was just what the doctor ordered. A little bit of a spark to the offense. Second touchdown for Mike Fortson. One returning a punt. And then an 18-yard run out of the quarterback position. And she had to break a tackle and then turned on the Jets to score. So it'll be extra points attempted here. Are they going to go for 2? Why not, huh?
Let's go!
I don't think we've seen him do anything but go for 2.
And yep, that's what they're going to do. Mike Fortson again at quarterback. Wideouts left and right.
Lindsay, good block! Lindsay, go!
Fortson gets a snap. Going to hand off to Pelham. Pelham up the middle. Zigs and zags. She reaches for it. She's got it.
Nikki Pelham up the middle. 2-point conversion is
2-point
good.
conversion is good. So with that makes the score 48-14. You're listening to Seattle Spartan
48-14
WFA football
Shockwave.
on STSPN.
Kick off, let's go! Let's go! Look what happened. Let's go!
I keep telling myself I'm going to remember.
48-14. Seattle Spartans find a spark in the offense, and Mike Fortson is it, Bob. That was a good move, putting her at quarterback.
She brings some real speed. She gets the chance to throw the ball more to her receiving teammates. So that'll come into play too. But right now, the athleticism of the speed is just something that not what we've seen in the position before.
They kick off, and it's going to be a low kickoff, and going to be fielded right there at the 44-yard line by the Portland Shockwave. And Shockwave, see what they do here with a minute 40 left to go in this ball game. Minute 41. Came out of reach, but I don't like it with Fortson at quarterback. They're going to get another opportunity in their next game. And again, the score, I think, a little more lopsided than this actual game turned out. Defense has played fairly well. They had to defend a short field quite a bit. Now, Petrie, the quarterback, comes in. Get the ball, looking to throw, and it's going to be picked up. And is that going to be a lateral that's a fumble?
I think so.
And coming up with it is going to be Janelle Aaliyah on the fumble recovery down to the 27. And we've seen that short pass Seattle attempt that. And, you know, if you're going to throw the football, you got to throw it forward. And that was a backwards pass, which makes it a lateral and a fumble. And Spartans going to get a chance to get on the board here again. First down and 10 with a minute 27 left to go. And Mike Fortson is in. She's quarterback. Ball on the far hash mark. See if she can connect with a pass play here. If they're going to maybe have her run. Fortson, high formation. Gets a snap, looking to throw. She's got time. Going over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted a little bit short. Trying to find Cooper, the tight end.
Was intended for Cooper, and it's intercepted.
And just a little bit short. And just enough the Shockwave right there to pick up. So back-to-back turnovers, and the Portland Shockwave will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Get our next broadcast. It'll be June 1st against the Oregon Hawks. So we like to see a big crowd here at Frank Goddard Stadium. Great prices for Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening football, and I've been promised 70, 75 degrees, sunshine.
It's all gone.
Good foods. Bring the whole family out. Good family entertainment, and it is exciting football. 1st down and 10. Petrie. Gets a snap, looking to throw, hands off up the middle, and one of the big fullbacks. Can't tell if that's Malone or Rodriguez. We'll tell here in just a second. In either case, only a couple of yards. And Malone on the carry. And that's been an effective weapon for the Shockwave. Those two fullbacks, both over 250 pounds. And both athletic and very and fast. 2nd down and 8. Clock ticking down, 45 seconds. And Petrie gets a snap. Going to hand off up the middle. And this one going to Cunny. Oh, almost breaking it loose. Was number 7. That is going to be Malone. She's the second of that fullback tandem, and clock ticking down. 1st down. But boy, she was just a handful of jersey away from breaking a tackle and going the whole way. And Portland's going to call a timeout with 5 seconds left. No, they're going to run this one out. That is it. So final score here, the Portland Shockwave winning this one 48-14. We will have our Seattle Spartan Player of the Game interview, so stay tuned for that. Right after this, you're listening to Seattle Spartans WFA football right here on STSPN.
got that correct.
You did great, Mama. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much, ma'am. I gotta go upstairs. My camp. Oh, yeah.
What is that? I think Tina's I said hi, choose, Jace.
We're getting ready to get in the car.
How are you?
All right,
What's up, bad bitch? Hey!
Great job, Jason.
Did you hear me? And I was like, yeah, bad bitch. What's up, hey, bitch? Where should I don't know where I'm going. Oh, I love you guys.
Do you guys need number 20 to go up there? Okay, I'll get her. Okay. Hey, 20. Upstairs, man. Okay.
It's when we don't have the recording.
We had it, but.
Good game.
Thank you.
It's okay.
No,
We'll just point it.
he had a different phone, so I can go for there.
Oh, okay.
So he said to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, that was.
It was.
Yeah, probably not do that.
No.
Next time we'll just take a moment and silence or something.
That'll work.
But yeah, no, it's fine. We'll just get them.
But and with us, our player of the game, Mike Fortson, and the captain, Nikki Fellum. And first we're going to talk to Mike. Boy, what a game. You really highlights in the second half there and ran a punt back. What happened during that punt?
Honestly, it was all thanks to my blockers. If it wasn't for them, I would have got tackled probably really early. But they were there for me. I followed my blocks, and it led to a score.
Well, it looked like you saw some daylight there, and I saw a couple spin moves that you have.
Yeah, sometimes, that's the only thing you can do is spin and get out the way, break the tackle, and keep trucking. You got to keep your legs moving, though. Otherwise, it's done.
Well, he did a great job on the punt return, and then all of a sudden, late in the fourth period, we see you lined up a quarterback. I thought it was maybe just the Wildcat, but No, you got you in, and boy, that just was a spark for the offense.
Yeah, definitely. Just because I'm a dual threat, I can throw and run, and that's what a lot of teams, they don't expect to have a quarterback be able to be dual threat, and so that definitely gives our team an advantage.
Now, is that something you guys practiced during this week? Did you know that you're going to get some quarterback time?
Yeah, we've been practicing it a little bit, just trying to feel how it would go with the offense, and it works pretty well.
I definitely did. It definitely adds a little bit of a wrinkle to the offense, a little bit of speed, and big spark to the offense. And it was just a great second half for you.
Yes, sir.
And I got to apologize. We have you on the roster as number 2.
Yeah, that we're just waiting for my jersey to come in. It's in the mail right now, so just got to make do with what you got. But everything worked out.
So about the first half, you were a mysterious number 20 until I yelled out the window at you.
Yeah. I believe I was actually on the roster as number 8 because I was a jersey I was going to wear, but it was too big, so we got the 20 on, and it works.
All right, now Mike, how long have you been playing football or been involved in the football?
I've been playing for about 5 years. Last year I was hurt. I ripped a tendon off my right ring finger, so had to have 2 surgeries on that and heal up, but I'm back fully healed and feeling better than ever.
Well, definitely it'll look good. Now, did you play any other sports when you were going up and going to school?
No, really just a lot of on-field training, working with different trainers and coaches, just trying to keep my body in shape and keep that muscle memory of being able to move and cut and spin and do all that.
Well, you definitely you add a big wrinkle to the offense, and it was a lot of fun calling that second half.
Thank you so much. I had fun on the field.
All right. Well, hey, we look forward to it. Unfortunately, we just going to have to wait for you to get back to the next home game.
Yeah, it's going to be 3 away games, and then we'll be back home for our last 2.
All right. Well, we're anxious to cover them.
All right. Thank you so much.
That is our player of the game, and that is Mike Fortson. You're listening to Seattle Spartans football right here on STSPN.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you in June 1st. Good luck to you.
Sir, thank you.